Nobody is an expert in this because this is something brand new. And so pretending to be an expert and pretending to know everything that needs to happen is just nonsense. The right answer is that you try stuff. You're going to make mistakes. You learn from those mistakes, and you adjust quickly to get things to a better place.
I do want to ask you both for specific arguments as to why we probably might not see that race to the bottom and why quality and cooking from scratch is here to stay. Do you want to give us a little bit more of kind of the data points or statistics, or even just anecdotally what you both are seeing in consumer behavior across the country?
If you think about trust and safety in the food that you're being served, one of the key elements is how many people and how many places touch the food before it gets to you. And understanding and knowing what's in the food, how it was prepared, and the more you can move to a place where it's fresh, from scratch, in front of you, from ingredients, the better you are able to demonstrate limited touch points. You can absolutely with certainty speak to where the ingredients came from, how it was put together, how safely the product was handled, and how safely it was served to you, as opposed to something that came from a factory far, far away and had to be transported a long distance in a number of vehicles, many more touch points. So I think it's just a natural.
As a result of ensuring safe food, there has been a shift in some parts of industry with a greater focus on convenience food. I saw a picture on a website the other day from a university in the United States that was showing a can of Campbell's soup and a Twinkie and a bag of potato chips and something else because it was going to make sure the food was safe. At Dana, what we will focus on doing is delivering our made from scratch soup safely in the right kind of container. So there already is a significant shift into more convenience-based products. That data is everywhere. The question is whether or not it stays, and if it does stay, then that will just be a greater niche for us to backfill with our food made on site, fresh from scratch.
I had the privilege of interviewing the marketing team last week, and they seem fully aligned with the notion that no, scratch is not going away. Buying local is even more important now, especially in Canada, where there is a push to support our local supply chain because of this particular pandemic and just the nature of how it's affected how business processes work. I do want to ask both of you as executives and as leaders within the company, do you want to tell us a little bit about what it's like to coach teams through a period of uncertainty? So I'll start with you, Ross.
When you coach the same way, essentially, in training camp as you do in the Stanley Cup. You must do the same kinds of things. It's a difference, I think, with that red becomes crimson. And so people are more highly sensitive and more highly stressed about going about the business of the job. So it becomes more about communicating more routinely than we do. And we communicate all the time, but the information that we've been sending to our associates and our clients and the surveying and all of those kinds of things and the sharing of the research that we've done is a way to kind of make people feel good, because when you don't educate, people fill in the blanks.
I agree with Ross entirely, and I think that the frequency and the level of communication is a two-way street. So as much as it benefits our employees and our clients for us to communicate and reach out on a regular basis, it also benefits us because we get a chance to hear the things that are important to our employees, hear the things that are important to our clients, and take that into consideration as we plot the course for the next however long it's going to take to get us through this.
So what is important for Dana to emphasize in this particular time? And I guess where I'm coming from is there's this idea, and that you see it from mainstream news a lot of the time, that there are experts, but the truth is neither of you or anyone in the food service industry has experienced anything quite like this. So it's quite impossible to find experts, and so there is this theme of uncertainty. What is important to emphasize to your teams and to your employees?
I think it's about being willing to make mistakes, being willing to step up and try some things, to pay attention and listen to what people tell you, and to be flexible and fast to market to make changes to respond to the things that you hear. To your point, nobody is an expert in this because this is something brand new. And so pretending to be an expert and pretending to know everything that needs to happen is just nonsense. The right answer is that you try stuff. You're going to make mistakes. You learn from those mistakes, and you adjust quickly to get things to a better place.
I would add that, or put a little context, that we've spoken about the fact that we're paving as we go. We're paving the road as we go, because there is no handbook for this. Courage. We have a corporation that is courageous and willing to do what needs to be done, not what can be done. And so it's that kind of focus and transparency and candor that we operate under that allows us to shuffle aside a lot of any politics and any sort of thing. The amount of work we've been able to do in preparation for reopening in the short period of time we've had to get it done. Things like modifying our proposal document, modifying our safety procedures, all of those things have been done in a matter of weeks because we have energized teams that are clearly focused and we're prepared to do what needs to be done.
What is the importance right now of having very strong supplier relationships as we go through COVID-19?
Our suppliers, our distributors are critical to us at all times. Now even more so. There are going to be significant changes. If you read research, you will see that a significant concern for food service operators is the ability to continue to provide the products that we need. So things like availability are going to be absolutely critical, where they were commonplace 4 months ago. And so a relationship with our suppliers that is around an ability to get what we need to get in a timely fashion is important. It's also important to understand that they may not be able to get the kinds of things or some of the things that we're accustomed to them having. So it's a matter of them being transparent with us and candid backwards and forwards as we make decisions to move along.
To Ross's point, we do have good, strong relationships. We've worked hard to make sure that that's true. And we're working very hard to make sure that they continue to be that way, because we can't get anywhere without our suppliers. We're both in this together, and together we're gonna come out in a good place.
So there you have it, Canada. Huge push. Our executives do predict, and we thoroughly feel as a company that fresh, local, from scratch is not going away. In fact, we're going to be right here to support the country throughout the transition. If you're interested at all in contracted food services and you're looking for a strong partner, you can check us out at danahospitality.ca. You can also check us out on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook at Dana Hospitality. Ross and Yuri, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you guys being on our show.
Thanks, Jay.
Pleasure spending time with you guys. Thank you.